Heads up! Haymakers and Hellhounds may contain one or more of the following: curse words, racist remarks, hating on your favorite authors, casual flirting, angry yelling, loud voices, adventure, bald-faced pandering, casual threats of violence, hating on your political views, hating on your theistic views, kink shaming. You know, I do strive for some professionalism when it comes to my work, but with things like this, I don't really do that a lot. I mean, I'm just saying, I want to keep it real on the show, but at the same time, I gotta kind of tread that balance, so to speak. So, just permit me my foibles and we'll get along. In the very least, if you find me entertaining, hey, even better. Oh, wow, that was a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't have to say. Anyway, viewer discretion has been advised. Hello and welcome to Haymakers and Hellhounds, Season 0, Worldbuilding. This is what we're about, my friend. This is the part that I actually love above all, as far as when it comes to writing or anything else. It's not just that you can flesh out the characters or whatever have you, or go from there, you know what I mean? No, in the world building, you can actually do a lot of creation right then and there. Not only just to dictate what you do later on, but also how it's going to get started, even beforehand, the stuff that's happened before you even begin creating this motherfucker. So with that stated, let's go into some of, right off the bat, let's go into the syllabus, which this is what this episode is. Worldbuilding 101, the shotgun of destiny. Click, click, boom! Let's cover over the syllabus just really quick, what you can expect from this particular season. Here we are, Worldbuilding 101. So first things first, we got to cover what are we going to do for this particular season, and that would be, and not in the order of appearance, mind you, because I really want to get to one of those first before any of these other ones. But let's go, just count out down from the top to the bottom, so to speak. Awesome events, and then the rest of the history. The setting, engineers and gardeners. For the most part, that's going to cover the mindset that you need right off the bat, right even before you start creating, so to speak. It goes a little bit into note-taking, but it'll be worth it in the long run. Prequel consequences, bloodlines and families, which some of you are actually really into this, and you should really like that mess when it hits, yeah? Rise and fall of kingdom, because you need that in your world. It'll help you if you're actually tracking what's going on in your history. Just saying. Tying it all together. When we put it all together right then and there, and how each one can work off of one another, and how you can actually create new characters, new situations, and new fun stuff to create while you're building this world. And then finally wrapping it up. We'll be recovering over everything else again, covering over your previous comments, as well as just going right off right there, you know what I mean? That'll be how we're going to end the season. That's what I'm looking at. Now, World Building 101, just to jump into it, from there. I do take a shotgun to history, so to speak, you know what I mean? One of the most important things about just creating the world is, what do you want? You're gonna have to want to know what you're doing, to know what you would like to do in the very least. Things may change later on, and it's important to get into that mindset right off the bat, that you can be flexible enough, that you can change things on the fly, until you cross that line and it gets published. The moment you release out to the public, you want to make certain that everything is ironed down right off the bat. I'm talking about FLCL, no wrinkles in a motherfucker, you know what I mean? That's what you want. Seriously. If you can keep your work as consistent as possible based on your own notes, your own canon, that's all the more important. And you want this. You definitely want this. Because especially when it's time to get public, when it's time to go public, you're going to have to deal with the public. So part of World Building 101 is definitely keeping the mindset of what you got to do. Because there will be fools who will try and call you out on your own canon, your own work, and you're the motherfucker that wrote it, or made it, or whatever it is. But some people honestly don't know that. Maybe they know your work. Maybe they do know you. We're not all J.K. Rowling. We're not all Stephen King. We're not all insert famous person here. Insert famous work here. Let's consider Percy Jackson, for instance. Now, you may know about that series, but do you know who actually made that fucking book? Terrible as that series was written, and don't you argue with me on this, it was terribly written. But the people love it, so what can one do? You can hate if you want to, Lord knows I do. I will, in fact, just a reminder, I'm probably going to hate on your favorite author at some point in time. Why? Because fuck them and fuck you for having bad taste. But at the same time, I mean, hey, if that's what you're into, I mean, just don't forget, kink shaming is my thing. Saying. Does it get you off? Because that's going to get... So for the most part, derail. Let's go back to world building, just the 101 stuff. Now, for the most part, it is exactly as it sounds, you know? You just literally, you have a formless lump of just material. What you gonna do? Think Minecraft, think every character creator out there. Sure, there are templates out there, and if you've read a lot of books, you have all the knowledge you need. All the templates are right there. The science fiction, the various worlds that exist, the multi-theistic, pan-dimensional solipsism. I probably said that wrong. I don't give a fuck. Praise Ra. Robert A. Heinlein is the shit. You should be reading some of that stuff today. I'm just saying, it's good. It's hella good. Zelazny, Anne McCaffrey, Stephen Barnes. These are the names that you should have read beforehand just for pleasure. And that is what can honestly feed into your work right the hell now. If you've watched movies, if you've listened to music, all of this is what you're going to pour into this world. One of the things you need to keep in mind is that, what was it, the Mark Twain quote? I find great comfort in knowing there is not a single thought that has gone through my head that has been thought of already in the past 500 years. We are living in an unprecedented time of creation. There is all the tools to make and to get it published and to get it out there. Get it all the fuck out there. That's what we're living in right now. There has never been a time in history where you can just go to a program, make a few lines, literally sell a single page book, and then get #1 in a particular spot on Amazon. A guy did that already with like holistic medicine or some shit like that. Crazy as hell. And the cover was a picture of his foot. I actually think it's funny as hell. I do more work for my stuff, of course. I mean, hell, we just got a whole new shipment of Taboo 2 and whatnot. And that's so thick. That's what she said. Ugh, it's good, baby. It's good. But, you know, we do work. We do work. You know, I got a cover artist. I got an editor, a professional editor that does my stuff. I don't have enough money for marketing afterwards, but does it matter? All I'm saying is that when it comes to building your world, you have the tools. You have WordPad. You have so many programs out there. Whether it's script writing, whether it's art. I mean, there's freeware everywhere. That's not actually malware or anything like that. Just go find it. And in fact, if you want, in the comments, why don't you suggest some? If not, I probably will myself. So I'm just saying, there is so many tools out there at your disposal to help you start building your world. Now, with all that stated, we're going to be getting into the next segment, which is probably going to be, I don't know, the setting.